Max Verstappen's team Red Bull Racing could get a big boost in 2026 if they team up with a newly formed F1 team. As Audi and Porsche decide about Formula One, Red Bull could form a daunting alliance that concerns Mercedes and Ferrari. And why is this? Let's find out. Hey F1 friends, in this video we are going to find out why Red Bull's partnership with Porsche and Audi will end Mercedes and Ferrari's dream. And let us dig in. For the 2026 F1 season, Red Bull and Porsche are going to forge a formidable partnership together. The possibility arises after the German automobile manufacturers Audi and Porsche announced that they would participate in the sport. Herbert Diess, a chairman of its parent group Volkswagen, shared the news with the public during an event that took place at the company's headquarters in Wolfsburg. In spite of the fact that the chief executive admitted that the move had prompted disagreements at the board level, representatives from both Audi and Porsche had forcefully highlighted the potential income generated by being in F1. He also said that Porsche had made the more advanced preparations of the two. There are presently 20 teams competing in the sport, with Mercedes having been the dominant force in recent history, having won 7 constructors' titles in a row. However, following Max Verstappen's dramatic title win in 2021, which was clinched in a contentious Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, the team owned by Christian Horner can currently boast that they have the world champion. However, Formula One has entered a new age in which Ferrari has roared back into the mix, and Charles Leclerc is presently dominating the drivers' rankings for the team. Lando Norris has recently signed a lucrative new long-term contract with McLaren, which demonstrates the team's determination to once again compete for championships. However, a report from the BBC states that Red Bull is the company that stands to earn the most from this most recent development. F1 insiders are quoted as saying that Porsche is planning to form a partnership with Christian Horner and his company. When the laws are updated in 2026, Porsche's engine division, which is already in the process of designing a new power unit, would work together with the company. Officially, the team would compete under the name Red Bull Porsche. In the meantime, it has been reported that Audi has held discussions with teams including McLaren, Sauber, Aston Martin, and Williams. Regardless, it seems like Volkswagen will indeed enter Formula One in the near future, after spending years dropping hints about the possibility. The idea of Porsche and Audi competing in Formula One was given provisional approval by their board a month ago, but it was contingent on engine rules being finalized beforehand. And while the sports executives have not provided a complete explanation of the rules, they have provided significant hints regarding how the hybrid scoring system would be streamlined. And let's go dig more onto this issue. Why Mercedes and Ferrari are concerned about the Red Bull partnership. Mercedes and Ferrari are worried that Red Bull will find a way to get around a new Formula One rule that will limit how much an engine can cost after 2026. Details are still being worked out, but when new technical rules go into effect, it is likely that new engine makers will be able to spend more money. The first draft of the 2026 rules is finalized in June, but there is already a set of rules to follow. Under current plans, new manufacturers who join the sport would get an extra $10 million in their budget cap for the first 2 seasons and $5 million for the third. Also, $15 million would be set aside for projects involving capital expenditures. Red Bull's boss, Christian Horner, is happy with the first 2 numbers, but he thinks the extra allowance should be bigger because new projects will have to play catch-up with their more established engine-making rivals. Mercedes and Ferrari already think that the removal of the MGU-H part of the engines has leveled the playing field, and they also think that the extra budgetary room gives the new manufacturers an advantage. Mercedes and Ferrari may fall even further behind Red Bull in the title race next season, after it was suggested that Porsche might try to join the championship race as a team next season and work with the runaway leaders. Porsche said they were considering getting into the sport, and Red Bull was thought to be their partner. After Porsche executive Oliver Blume said he was fine with drag regulations, Deputy Chairman Lutz Meschke added fuel to the fire by hinting at a link with the Austrian-based side. "We're glad to see a draft of the rules," Porsche CEO Blume said. "And if we race at the highest level, it will be with a strong partner," Meschke said. Lewis Hamilton, who drives for Mercedes, said it would be good to have new teams on the grid. Since 2010, 4 new teams have joined, but only Haas is still there. "Well, I've known about it for a long time," Hamilton said, "so I think it's great that we're going to get new manufacturers in the sport. As you can see, there are a lot of teams that have the potential to be top teams, but are our customer teams. I think it's going to be great going forward, so we welcome them in." Now let's see. How does the Red Bull advisor Helmut Marko respond to the potential Red Bull-Porsche partnership? The exit of Honda from Formula One in 2021 led to the establishment of Red Bull Powertrain, or RBPT, a company that provides support for the engine division. While Honda maintains their support for Red Bull and AlphaTauri in 2022, RBPT will be given the opportunity to play a role in the development of engines to comply with the new regulations in 2026. Except that now, Red Bull may have enlisted the assistance of another manufacturer to assist them in doing so for the years 2026 and beyond. Herbert Diess, a CEO of Volkswagen, has finally put an end to months of rumors by confirming that Porsche and Audi will in fact be competing in Formula One. And it is not a secret that Porsche's entry into Formula One would involve cooperation with Red Bull to support Red Bull Racing and AlphaTauri with the engines being developed under the Porsche mark. This partnership would be a component of Porsche's admission into Formula One. Despite this, Red Bull has not yet issued a statement regarding this partnership. Helmut Marko, while maintaining his cheerful demeanor, explained to AutoBild that he was unable to comment on the matter. "Regarding that matter, you will need to consult with Mr. Diess." So why is Volkswagen interested in Formula One? Even while there hasn't been any formal comment from the VW board itself, the fact that Diess, a top-level executive, has shown support for the move indicates that it is getting closer to becoming a reality. Even the CEO of VW has admitted that not everyone on the VW board is on board with the idea. According to what he had to say, the decision reached by the board was not unanimous. The Volkswagen business is gradually pursuing a strategy to electrify their vehicles, therefore the argument to enter Formula One is an oddity given this direction. Diess said that this decision was made because Grand Prix racing is growing in important places like the US and because there will be brand new rules in 2026. In addition to this, he remarked that if you do motorsport, you should do Formula One since that is where the influence is the largest. In addition to this, you are unable to compete in Formula One until a technology window has been opened, which necessitates a modification in the rules in order to obtain access to the competition so that everyone begins again from the same spot. Diess is of the opinion that the best moment to compete in Formula One is right now, rather than waiting another 10 years. In order for a business to be able to produce a new engine by the year 2026, it will require at least 3 to 4 years due to the laws that are being implemented. Herbert also made it clear that Volkswagen will not be participating in the competition, since the company believes that it would not be consistent with the brand or what they stand for. And this brings us to the end of the video. Feel free to let us know what you think about this video. And if you like this video, then please leave a like and subscribe to our channel for all things F1 news. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.